What up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Proper Cloth. Proper Cloth is the best way to get custom fit shirts, right? That fit you exactly right this fall. They sent me these unbelievable shirts. I'm talking about flannels, plaids, twills, stuff to wear under coats, under blazers, key winter staples, and it was so easy. All I had to do was go to their website and click a few things about my size, my build, a few very basic measurements, not full tailor stuff, but just the basics, and then choose from there. They send me the stuff. I got to wash it first. You got to wash your Proper Cloth first, and then the fit was perfect. No tailoring necessary. The Teton Sage flannel, oh man, wear it as an overshirt, pairs great with jeans. You could rock a sweater if you're under it, although I haven't done the sweater thing. I just keep it over a t-shirt with the jeans. You guys have seen me wear this on the show. And then they sent me the Jackson Russ plaid shirt. It's a work shirt. It's so nice. Also wearing it with jeans because that's literally how I dress every single day. Also looks great with some chinos. And then I got the non-iron stretch Supima light blue twill shirt. And this thing is great with a blazer. It's great under a cool coat. Great for interviews, on-camera stuff, or weddings. Pair it with a navy suit, gray dress pants, or a cool coat. I love Proper Cloth. It's perfect for people who are frustrated with off-the-rack sizing. Maybe you're not a standard size, and so everything that Proper Cloth sells is made exactly in your size. So it fits perfectly, and you can customize shirts to your liking, including collar style, buttons, sleeve style. You can add monograms, and no measuring required. Gets to you in under 2 weeks, and if you're not satisfied with the fit, Proper Cloth's experts will provide a free alteration or a return. So it's a risk-free order. They've got thousands of 5-star reviews. I now have 7 or 8 different items from Proper Cloth, and the fit is excellent with all of them. Just remember to wash them first. Proper Cloth is based in New York City and was featured as GQ's favorite online shirt maker. Hit the link in the video or podcast notes and get 10% off your first order with Proper Cloth, and get it for the holidays, get it for someone you love, get it for yourself, and get 10% off thanks to your pals at the Smoking Tire. On today's episode of the podcast, I review the Ferrari 12C. Zach took his car to a track day and tells us about the new layout at Willow Springs. And I'm putting my Acura NSX on Cars and Bids. Let's get the show going. It's the Smoking Tire Podcast. I don't even know why I got started on that, but here we are. It's the Smoking Tire Podcast. I spent all morning driving a Ferrari, so that's like the other end of I have to deliver a car to my friend's house. 12C. 12C, the Deutsche Cilindri, which, remember for like a couple of weeks when Ferrari like insisted you had to say it in Italian like that? Which, like, it's not somebody's name. It's alphanumeric. It's 12C.
Right. Unless they're going to provide lessons.
If you're going to turn alphanumeric into words, which is fine, I don't have to say it in Italian. I can say 12 Cilindri or 12C. Everyone's just going to say 12C. No one's gonna.
What does it say on the back?
On the dash, it says the number 12 and then the word Cilindri.
Okay, so you are reading it as written.
Yeah. I can say 12. Yeah. I don't need to translate 12.
You're reading it as written in your language, I guess.
No, the numbers don't need to be verbally translated into their native tongues. It's not. I can't offend the 12 family by this. Ferrari's naming scheme. When do you think Ferrari's? I mean, their naming scheme seemed to make a little more sense back in the day. Now some of their cars are like sort of silly names, I think.
Like what? Like Pro Sangua?
Like this and Pro Sangua and this new Testarossa thing that really isn't a Testarossa. They called the SP3 a Daytona, knowing they were coming out with like a Daytona throwback lookalike type car. Yeah. That's kind of weird, right?
This should have been the new Daytona.
Like that could have just been SP3 something. You know what I mean? Anything, really.
Just call it SP3.
SP3 is fine, but like this is so obviously a Daytona throwback styling anyway. This could have easily been Daytona, but whatever. Notwithstanding. Mechanically, fairly similar to the 812 Superfast. Front mid V12, so you have this very long wheelbase and you sit just in front of the rear axle, and the entire motor is behind the front axle, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And same as the Vanquish. The new Vanquish is like that also, and the 812 was like that before. And you get a very, very unique driving experience when you have that type of setup, because it turns in the way like a mid-engine supercar turns in. It's just that you're sitting on a different axle. You're not on the front axle now.
Right.
You're on the back axle. So it's this very sharp turn in that's happening over there. It pulls like a fucking cigarette boat. Obviously, it's 819 horsepower, but get this power band, right? 819 horsepower at 9250 RPM. Red line's 9500, okay? And 500 pound-feet of torque at 7250. So you have a power band, you have a red line of 9500, and peak power is happening at 2 of that. Very top 2, okay? So when you do compare that to the Vanquish, which like at this price point, numbers don't matter. Like no one's racing a fucking one of these things, right? This car is about how it feels. And so even though your peak power and your peak torque are like way up there, it's not like it doesn't make, power and torque. Like it's still pretty quick, even if you don't like rev the shit out of it. But you do have to like kind of rev it. Like it has nothing below 3,000 RPM, which is hilarious. So
I was trying to find a dyno graph and I didn't, but I found one for the V12FF. So it's an evolution of it.
Yeah.
But the power is just like nothing until we get way up in the rev range.
Yeah.
As you'd expect.
Interesting. What is the other line?
I think, this is a tuning company. So I think yellow is stock.
Oh, okay.
Then they tuned it.
Yeah.
And then, you've got...
I don't know. Is that torque?
Is this torque? It starts at 600?
That can't be
That
right.
can't be right.
I don't know what that is. I'm confused.
Okay, never mind. Back
I'm
away.
confused. So the Vanquish, right, has 838 horsepower, I think, at 6,250 RPM, and it redlines, I think, 77,075, and then it has peak torque is 738 at 2,500. So it has way more torque for a much wider power band. Okay, so numbers wise, like the Vanquish is like quote better. Okay, the Vanquish wants to jump out of its own tires all the time, whereas this is a linear build. The whole car exists to serve this engine still existing.
Right. It's basically the same comparison we had with Purosangue and like DBX.
Yeah.
DBX felt faster because you get hit with power, torque, whatever. The acceleration, really starts earlier, and then you have to rev the hell out of the Ferrari, but you do it because it's fun.
Right. It's a different character of a car. So, the good thing is it's a fucking NA V12 that makes almost as much power as Aston's twin turbo V12, and it revs even higher. It makes a crazy sound. It's not very loud below like 6,000.
Wow.
It's quiet. I think it's Euroed up.
Oh, right.
This is a US spec car. But I think they just make them the same. So, we may need an aftermarket exhaust, ideally one with a valve, because, this volume is good for, the quiet mode.
Did this have a valve exhaust?
No.
Really?
No.
Wow. Okay.
So, this car has surprisingly little stuff. Things you don't get for $600,000. You don't get adjustable seats other than forward, back, up, down, and the angle. You don't get lumbar. You don't get no heated seats, by the way. Heated steering wheel, but no heated seats.
Interesting.
Okay. Actually, the seats are for this kind of car and this kind of price. The seats are not good. Straight up, they're not good. I need some lumbar.
What was the price of this one? Because MSRP on this is $465.
This is a Spider.
Oh,
the Spider starts at $510, and this one starts with a 6.
And it still had just what, 6-way seats or whatever?
Yeah.
8-way.
So
Wow.
not heated and cooled, and no lumbar. And the lumbar really at that, come on. So the other thing is also sort of like the Vanquish, to have this front mid V12, you have this big, long, dramatic looking car with no legroom. So I have a 31-inch inseam. I'm tall, but not that tall. And my legs aren't that long. You know what I mean? I have like a longer torso than I do legs. My legs aren't that long. I don't have enough legroom in this car. So I drove it the last 4 days. I drove it about 300 miles. And my hips and lower back are like pretty shot, which this car and the Vanquish are not like GTs. Like, just because the engine's in the front, like, they're not a GT. Like, they have basically the same level of practicality as a Revuelto. They just are inverted. The small trunk, not a lot of legroom, not particularly practical cars. They just happen to look like a GT. But like a Roma or the new Amalfi would probably be a better GT car, has more legroom. The Bentley GT or the DB12 would be a better GT car, like substantially more cabin space and like comfort shit. But in the sort of rarefied air of like Big Daddy experiences, because you drove the 812.
I did. Still
That
remember
shit
it. I mean, Sarah, I took my wife for a ride, and she talks about it.
It's extremely nasty. And now that there really aren't a lot of these front engine, nasty type exotic cars anymore, everyone's sort of going mid-engine now. It's a unique thing. I think it looks better in person than it does in photos. I think it looks better with the top down. I would certainly have the top and the rear deck lid painted to match the body color. I don't like them in black at all. The nose bit, which is bare carbon, not black on this car, I don't mind that. And actually, the more I look at the front, the more I think they actually were pretty successful in nailing the front of the Daytona. The back, a little less so.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it at the shop on Saturday, and it was the only one I've seen in person. I didn't drive it today with you. I had to do some stuff. And I think the front looks very good. Like you said, nailed the Daytona.
Yeah.
And it's got this, like, just nice, organic, kind of simple shape to it, but the back is really busy. It's the same thing that, like, Aston did with a couple of the Vantage generations. You get back there, and there's just, like, diffusers and plenums and carbon and stuff, and some of it's functional, but some of it is a design choice. And I just feel like so much of Ferrari's good design right now, like 296 is a good example. Like, it's just smooth and looks like it could have been drawn in the 60s before they started adding on all this carbon.
This one, I really need to see one with body colored black bit on the back, the rear deck lid, the trunk.
Yeah.
In black, it makes absolutely no sense.
It doesn't. It's a little, like,
and it's black plastic,
kind of
no less.
Oh.
So, having said that, it rides really nicely. It has that very sharp steering. This car inspired me to really drive like an asshole on the highway. I've really, in my old age, have calmed down a lot on my highway driving. Unless I'm driving like really fast EVs, I still drive like a dick. And for some reason, this car, I think because people already look at you like you're kind of an asshole when you're driving it. Like, you might as well live up to it. But you have to rev the shit out of it. And what's funny is it's got like pretty short gears actually, but because the power band is so high, like you're ripping, you're screaming the engine like all the time. And it's got a high top speed and it's got a lot of gear, but it also has so many revs. It's like really funny what gear you find yourself in and where. But if you're under 6 feet tall or under 30-inch inseam and don't have a lot of luggage to carry around, these things are fucking boss. This is hello.
I found one that I was looking for the paint match rear.
Oh, this is so much better.
Yeah.
Zach found one, with a body-colored rear bonnet, the rear trunk bonnet. It looks infinitely better.
Took way too long to find that, by the way.
Well, this is someone's custom job. I bet this might not be factory.
That's true.
It also has some cool wheels on it. I was thinking that the throwback that I would want in this, because I don't really love these wheels either, I would want either the HRE Chromadora throwback style, which is like the Ferrari F40, the 5-star.
Oh, yeah.
That HRE would look sick on this. Or I was going to say, if you could get something that kind of looked like a wire wheel, and this BBS style does kind of a little bit look like a wire wheel.
But you want more spokes with the wires, right?
Well, I don't have the answer for what that wheel would look like. I just thought on the way over here, I think it would look nice with something that resembled the Barani wire wheel. But like, I don't know how you would do that effectively in a wheel today that would hold up to like Ferrari G loads.
That's a good point, especially with like the size of brakes and everything.
But you could definitely do it with the HRE 5 stars, and they would look amazing. Those look really. They're meant for Ferraris. That could be really cool. But I mean, okay. And here's a weird thing. You want to hear a fucking weird thing? Folks, got to take a quick break because HelloFresh is here. You may have heard of HelloFresh from people like me. They're the #1 meal kit in America, making home cooking easier with chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients delivered straight to your door. But this fall, they're serving up even more to love. This isn't the HelloFresh you remember. It's bigger because HelloFresh has doubled its menu with up to 100 options each week, including new seasonal dishes and recipes from around the world. Dig into bigger portions that'll keep everyone satisfied. Plus, it's healthier. Feel great with an even healthier menu. Choose from 15 high-protein recipes each week with options like grass-fed ribeyes or lamb chops. HelloFresh now helps you eat greener with new veggie-packed recipes that have 2 or more veggies per dish. And it's tastier. You can get steak and seafood recipes delivered every week for no extra cost with 3 times the seafood options. Savor the season with hearty fall recipes like classic beef chili or honey glazed pork tenderloin. Discover new seasonal produce each week, from leeks to broccolini to Italian eggplant and more. I love HelloFresh because not only the ingredients exactly proportioned the way you want, not only is the recipe super easy, not only is there less food waste because they give you the exact amount of each ingredient to make the food you need, but also you keep those recipe cards, you do some multiplication, and you can use those recipes at home later if you want to cook for a crowd. I love cooking, but I don't like the annoying parts of cooking, which is everything that's not the cooking part and the eating part. And so HelloFresh eliminates that. The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/SmokingTire10FM now to get 10 free meals plus a free breakfast for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/SmokingTire10FM to get 10 free meals and free breakfast for life. Support is also coming in today from Aura Frames. Aura Frames make the perfect gift for the olds in your life. They make it seem like you planned this gift all along. And especially if you are the middle generation, meaning you have kids and you have parents, this is how you deliver your kids to your parents. You give your parents the Aura frame. You already loaded up with pictures of the kids. You then download the Aura app at home, and you keep adding photos of the kids to the folder, and then the parents get the photos in the living room on the Aura frame. That's it. That is the entire deal. It comes in a gift box, nice premium gift box with no price tag, and you cannot wrap togetherness, but you can frame it. It's that easy. All you got to do is get the parents the Aura frame, put the pictures of the kids in the folder, and then the parents get the kids. It's like that. And for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code TIRE at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code TIRE. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and the frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. That's AURA frames.com/TIRE, promo code TIRE. Auraframes.com/TIRE, promo code TIRE. Also brought to you today by TrueWerk. TrueWerk is fire. Not literally on fire. It's just good. It's really good. Fall weather, it's always changing, right? And if you have to be outside in it, like I do, like I'm in this studio recording, but this morning, all morning from 6 to 11 or so, I was on top of a mountain. And they went from very cold to very hot. And that's why TrueWerk is what I was wearing. It's money. Money. It's performance workwear built like it matters, because it does. Sometimes you want to be hot, sometimes you want to be cool. And TrueWerk was founded by a trade professional who was tired of wet, heavy gear weighing him down. So TrueWerk set out to make workwear that keeps the pros comfortable, capable, and ready for whatever the day throws at them. And maybe if you're not a pro, maybe you're an automotive journalist, you also like to be comfortable and capable and ready for whatever the day throws at you. TrueWerk's designed with advanced performance fabrics for lasting comfort, all-day mobility, and year-round job site protection. Every piece is tested on job sites with trade pros, so when conditions change, you're still ready. There's over 50,000 five-star reviews from pros in every trade and every climate. And when I wear this stuff I'm telling you, when I go film, I go out in December, I get up there 6:30 a.m., 7 a.m., it is approximately 38 degrees. And then the sun comes out and it's windy, right? And it's windy and it's about 40 degrees and it's cold. And then by the time I'm done filming, it's like 75 degrees and I'm sweating. That's why the TrueWerk is what's up. It's ready for this flowing weather throughout the day, climbing in and out of the car, climbing around light poles to clamp cameras on them and everything. You know how it is. So upgrade your day with workwear built like it matters. Get 15% off your first order at TrueWerk.com, code TIRE. That's TRUEWERK.com, code TIRE. Now, back to the show. You want to hear a fucking weird thing? The trunk on this car has a ghost. The one I drove. I can't imagine they're all like this. It opens on its own. It opens when you're getting into the car. It opens when you're getting out of the car. I would frequently come to a stop, put the car in park, and a light would come up that says trunk open, and my trunk would be open.
Where was the fob when that would happen?
So I controlled for this.
Right.
I thought, it must be hitting something in my pocket. Took everything else in my pocket. Still did it. Took the fob out of my pocket. Put it in the center console. Still did it.
Okay. So definitely an electrical gremlin.
Goes to the machine. This car had 200 miles on it when I got it.
Yeah.
Goes to the machine. Okay. And sometimes it would open while I was driving. And it wouldn't like open. It would just like the catch would release.
Right. As if you would hit the button.
As if I hit the button,
trunk.
yeah.
And it did while you're moving.
Sometimes it did while I was moving.
Whoa.
From one drive to the next, and then sometimes it did it. I would park, and then it would open, and then sometimes it would be. I had got out to move cameras for drive-bys, and I'd go to get back in it, and I'd go to put it in gear to drive away, and it would flash and say trunk open. Like I got to the point where I had to check the trunk before and after every single drive, and also I didn't trust leaving shit in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
What if it opened itself once you walked away, even though you hit lock?
Yeah, it goes to the machine, dude.
It's very strange that if you try to go from park to drive, it would say, hey, the trunk's open. But if you are driving, it goes, yeah, sure, pop it.
It had I think it may not have been properly PDI'd because it had a bunch of pop-up windows, not connected to network, not connected to account kind of thing. There's clearly you have to make some kind of Ferrari account that you can, Porsche does this too. My dad's been arguing with as much as he loves his Cayenne, the fucking pop-up windows about logging into his Porsche account are constant. It's like a nightmare that never ends with his fucking car. By the way, it never happens with me. I logged into my car. I have the account. He does. He's 70.
He doesn't want to do it.
Fucking what is he? He doesn't want an app to talk to his car. Yeah. Most people don't.
Well, you need trunk app, Ferrari trunk app specifically, and then it'll stay closed.
This one was crazy, and then the other weird one is about half the time I'd fire it up. There's 3 screens: gauge cluster screen, center screen, and then there's a passenger screen also. So the dash is screens. And the center screen, every once in a while, maybe a third of the time, would take maybe 90 seconds to 2 minutes to boot up past the image of a horse. Now that's slightly problematic,
it's
right?
Pretty slow.
Yeah. Here's where it becomes very problematic. The nose lift is a touchscreen button in that screen. So I can't leave my house. I can't get out of my driveway until that screen boots up. I'm sitting there.
The screen, is that also where the backup camera is?
No, the backup camera is in the center gauge cluster.
Okay, that would be double problematic. But still, I mean, that limits how quickly you can move.
Yeah, like I need that nose lift to get that car into my driveway without scraping. And like I complained about one of the ways this car definitively beat at least the Vanquish I drove. I should really call Aston Martin and see if that's an option on the Vanquish. I was just shocked that it wasn't on the press car if it was, because the fucking scraped everywhere, and this car scrapes nowhere because it has it. But like sometimes you get in the car, you're sitting there, and the thing is just a horse, and you're like, I'd like to get out of this driveway.
Oh, I was trying to remember which car I drove recently that had a slow startup, and it was the Mustang Dark Horse that we had like a few weeks ago, and it was not. It wasn't 90 seconds, but it was like turn it on. And you got to wait for like 30 full seconds.
Yeah.
And that backup camera is in the center screen.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stuck there for a minute.
When shit doesn't boot up quick, that's a little bit annoying. But like, look, we're not. Nobody buys. It's weird to drive this expensive, exotic, incredibly performing car and then be complaining about silly shit like this. It's not going to keep anybody from buying the car. I mean, maybe the trunk thing. But this is my experience.
But I also think a lot of commenters, and I mean, I feel this, like when you're spending this much money,
and
it has these weird little hiccups that you think should be caught in QC.
Well, and like you always got to give up something to drive a Ferrari. You know, it used to be, some things used to be like really bad. The things you had to give up your dignity, suck up to Enzo or whatever. And he was building race cars. He like openly didn't give a fuck about you. Like crazy stuff. Bad build quality in the 70s, everything. Now, like the cars like run and drive. They don't overheat. Like they're overwhelmingly very reliable cars they're building now. They really are.
And they give you the unlimited warranty
they
for
give
7
you a
years.
Beast of a warranty. This one is it's 3-year unlimited mile warranty with 7-year unlimited mile included maintenance.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you can extend the warranty, but like that's what this one. I just read it last night, and that's what this one comes with. And like we're talking about a pretty wonderful thing, you know, in any way that one might say it. But like it's also, you still got to give up a little something. Shit's gonna be weird. We just don't know how yet. It's funny the ways that we discover in which these cars end up being weird. But like, man, does it fucking fly. It's really, really fun. I think I want to say that it's a real treat, particularly to have that engine. I mean, that engine is the smoothness of it.
Yeah.
You know, the sound of it is incredibly unique. It sounds very different from Aston's engine, which is more of a bass tone. This is a very high pitched thing. It definitely needs some pipes. It was really nice with the top down. I made the video with the top down today. It was great with the top down.
I hadn't seen the interior, so I just wanted to pull that up. Yeah,
it's a lot of screen. And for a huge car on the outside, it's 10 inches longer than a 911. It's actually 3 inches shorter than a Bentley GT, but a Bentley GT has a full back seat. A Bentley GT has a lot more legroom.
It's just funny. It shows you what proportion does, because this car looks low, probably is lower at roof height than a Bentley GT. Yeah, and so it actually looks much longer, I think.
Well, and the cabin, if you go back to that side profile shot, like from my Instagram, the cabin of other Instagram, the cabin of a Bentley GT would extend further forward.
Right.
You know, like where the horse is here, right at the base of the windshield on the shield. You know, that windshield would probably go quite a few inches further.
Yeah, the dash to axle on this must be a record setter.
Yeah,
you know?
It's way out there.
Yeah.
So it creates that very exotic proportion.
It's funny. I think the only thing that has a stranger ratio from like cabin to front wheel is the Morgan, where you are like sitting on the rear diff. You're not quite there here, but you're close.
Yeah, you're
this
far.
Is an enormous vehicle.
Yeah.
They're so cool, though. And the 812,
speaking
just
of
anything
Morgan,
with.
Did you know, speaking of Morgan, I hope I don't blow up her spot. Corinne, what's the right way to say this? I want to say it without like formerly Corbin is now fully Corinne.
Oh yeah, Corinne. Okay.
I don't want to be like dead naming, but for the radio audience, I feel that's an okay thing to say because I'm describing who the fuck we're talking about.
Goodwin?
Yes. Got a Morgan Aero 8.
Really?
Uh-huh. Folks, one more break from the action because Brooklyn Bedding is here, giving you that high-end mattress experience without the sky-high price tag. They sent me a mattress, and oh boy, is this thing comfortable. It was easy to install. It came in a box. And I was like, there can't be a mattress in there. But I put it on my empty box spring thing, and it took like a half a day to like fill out, and there it was, and boy, was this thing amazing. I love it. I sleep great. I got like 3 cats that sleep with me. They all love it. It looks great, and it didn't cost a fortune. Brooklyn Bedding's got high-quality materials to last a lifetime, so it's like my bed got a first-class upgrade without the first-class price. Brooklyn Bedding, did you know this, handcrafts every single mattress in their Arizona factory, so there's no middlemen or gimmicks, just top-tier quality, honest pricing, and real American craftsmanship for a better night's sleep. Because one size doesn't fit all when it comes to sleeping. That's why they have like half a dozen mattresses for every type of body and every type of sleep style, even hard to find sizes. You can take the Brooklyn Bedding sleep quiz and find your perfect match in under 2 minutes. If you sleep hot, Brooklyn Bedding uses Glaciotex covers and Copper Flex foam to help keep you cool and comfortable all night long. Brooklyn Bedding is one of the few brands endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association for spinal alignment and back health. Plus, they are fiberglass free for peace of mind. You've got a 120-night, that's like 3 months comfort trial. 4 months almost. Comfort trial. Love it, or they'll help you return it or swap it hassle-free. And Brooklyn Bedding has been awarded the best mattress by CNET and best hybrid mattress by Wirecutter, so you know it's the real deal. Get one for yourself, folks. BrooklynBedding.com. Use promo code TIRE at checkout to get 30% off site-wide. This offer is not available anywhere else. That's BrooklynBedding.com. Promo code TIRE for 30% off site-wide. Support the show and let them know we sent you after checkout. That's brooklynbedding.com, promo code TIRE. And support is coming in today from Car Gurus. Listen, I have had great experiences and I have had some terrible experiences looking to purchase cars. In this very show, I'm talking about a guy who tried to sell me a 6-cylinder car, telling me it was an 8-cylinder car. That's crazy. That's such a headache. I've had trade-ins hose me out. I've had people lie to me. I need a low-stress approach to buying a car, and that's why Car Gurus is here supporting this show today. They make it so simple to find the right car at the right price, providing everything up front, from deal ratings to real-time price changes, complete vehicle history, everything, because your big deal should feel like the best deal. Car Guru sends you alerts for new listings and price drops on the cars you're looking at. So all you do is you go to Car Gurus, right? Go to cargurus.com and put in the make, model, year range that you're looking for. And when these pop up, they let you know. And then when you're ready, Car Gurus connects you with dealerships you can trust. So the process feels clear, simple, and stress-free. Car Gurus has the biggest selection out there with more than 4 million listings. That's more than any other major online automotive marketplace in the U.S., so you can always find the best deal. Car Gurus puts you in the driver's seat, literally and figuratively, with the tools, information, and data-driven deal ratings that let you shop your way. It's no wonder that SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows that Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site. Don't get messed around here. Go to Car Gurus, buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. And now, back to the show. And it's like not a piece of shit. Like, it's two-tone. It's fucking cool.
I did not know that. Yeah, she posts so many cars. I thought it was just another thing she was just apparently like posting about.
It's pretty sick. Pretty sick. Damn. I don't think it's quite ready for prime time. Okay. But it's like, it just needs like your basic, BMW V8. It's been sitting for a while maintenance. It's a BMW 4.4 in that thing.
That's good.
Which
That
is
sounds
pretty
amazing.
sweet. Yeah.
It came in the X5.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a basic. Yeah, and she was like, "Yo, fucking, if it shits out, like they're around.
Yeah,
If it
that's
shits-
true.
If it shits out, you get a fucking M5 engine or something and have a good time.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a stick.
Same footprint. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
a stick. Isn't that
That's
cool? Dude, having a Morgan Aero 8 or anything from the Aero range in America, there's like 50, 60 of those maybe in the entire country. Jeff Dunham has one,
find
and
it
it
later.
fucking rules.
They look stunning. They
I
look like
drove one
nothing
in
else.
England. It was fabulous.
They
was
do
great.
something that only I think Spiker does, where it's like they look like they're from the future and the past at the same time.
Yeah, they do. It's real Great Gatsby shit rolling around in one of those things.
Yeah,
That view, I
yeah.
mean, that view is incredible. And
Yeah.
the three little windshield wipers. You see that shit?
so
The
funny.
windshield is so shaped in a way that the two can't arc properly.
course.
So you need the three. Oh, it's so great. I'm telling you, you haven't fucking lived until you've rolled
look
one
at
of
that.
these things around the countryside. This is like
So good.
these should be $1 million.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, they
What
probably will be.
What do these cost now?
Well, this one we're looking at on the screen is a super sport. So this is like the fastest, highest performance, like the last one they
Sorry,
did.
what did she get again?
Just the Aero 8,
Oh.
which is the original, the earlier like Roadster one. Yeah, like pretty much like that, the convertible one. Yeah, which is fucking amazing.
Stunning- stunning looking car.
They're super super rare. Oh, that's the Super Sports. Man,
yeah.
you keep taking us back to the Super Sports. I know where your fucking
Here?
head is at. Go down third row, second in that one. That's an Aero 8. Yeah. From Cars and Bids, where my NSX will be soon. Yeah, so here you go. See the BMW shifter there? But like, are you fucking kidding me? That is fabulous.
Yo, dog, we heard you like rear lights, so we gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.
Yeah. And look, just
So
because it's got
funny.
a BMW engine, it has a bangle butt.
It does a bit.
It has a
doesn't
bit
it?
of a bangle butt.
It does.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah,
Not
it's okay,
the
though.
direct rear is not its best angle.
No.
There we go.
There, but
It's
the profile,
side profile, no notes.
Forget it.
Front 3/4, no notes.
Oh,
yeah.
but again, look. So you know, door to front axle does beat just
like 9
slightly
feet,
the
yeah.
cylindry, but yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's cool.
Barely. Fucking rad, right? I hope I
Yes.
didn't just blow up her spot. I hope it wasn't a secret. Don't tell me your secrets at a car show. I'm going to talk about them on the podcast. I'm sorry.
There's no embargo on that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't think so. I hope it wasn't a secret.
I mean, unless she didn't tell her wife, and her wife listens to the show.
That would be problematic.
I
I
think
don't. I think they know.
I think it's the only.
I think it's.
that's
it's
the
not
only
a
trouble
secret.
she can
Right.
get in.
Right. I've gotten in trouble before. I don't want to get in trouble again. So that's the 12C. There's a video. I think it was a beautiful morning this morning. So I was by myself, but it should look pretty decent. And Zach, wait, you went to a track day in your BMW.
Oh, did we not talk about that either?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I did.
I want to know how the track was.
A week
and
ago.
how your car survived.
Oh, we haven't talked about that.
No,
That's
because we
funny.
had like guests. And,
We did.
Yeah.
Let me pull up this on. Oops, nope. This. Yeah, I went to like influencer day at Willow Springs.
That's the best kind of track
Rematch.
day.
It was absolutely the best kind of track day, short of renting it. Actually, renting it yourself is good because you get access and you can just like put a camera person wherever you want. We couldn't quite do that. This was so good. You know, quick, like humble brag, like 12 people, I think. Like, you know, Vin and Natra was there, Jeremiah from Big Time, Sonia, oh my God, it's Firefox, and a couple people I had not met before. Jay-Z 2 Cents was there with his crazy AMG GTR Pro. And so they had us out there to basically, you know, drive on the new track, the newly resurfaced streets of Willow, check it out, talk about how the track, you know, looks a little bit, how it feels, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, stuff we'd seen in our when we toured the facility at the Willow Springs event, but we weren't allowed to drive there. So, Vin was there with his GT3 RS and his giveaway E92 M3, trying to see which one is like a better track performer. And a couple people had GT4 RSs. I definitely had the least expensive vehicle, for sure. But I don't really give a shit because I finally got to take my, you know, KW Club Sports with
All-
the sway bar,
all the shit.
things that have shaken the interior apart for 2 years. Like
This
I
is the other
finally
side
took
of
it.
that.
This is the other side of it.
Yeah.
So the surface is great. I'm sure you remember that, like, after the bowl, it used to be almost potholes. Like, there was
Yeah, it
a
was
section
tough.
where it was like a cracked
Patchy.
skin, very patchy, and
And then you
quite
go
rough.
over the blind crest with the fucking dead man's hole.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
that. So now we were using like a bus stop. So we'd get to that point, dip right, and then come back left. The new bus stop is kind of slippery. Like, the tarmac is so new that I noticed there that the Bridgestone tires I have on, which are like super sticky everywhere else, coming through there, they were like, woo, little grease.
So that's the Dorifto corner?
That would be the Dorifto corner. If we were allowed to do that, I'll get to a story about that soon. The runoff is so nice to have in a car. I understand people are concerned about motorcycles. They're going to have air fences set up eventually. But for me, like, the speeds I'm doing,
The problem that
I like
it's the problem that
having the runoff.
motorcyclists have, that they don't want paved runoff. They want gravel runoff, and and they're doing paved runoff.
No, the motorcyclists have shared concern because on the bowl and 3 turns before the bowl, there's like the tire wall
Yeah.
is close for them to the edge of the track.
I see.
You know, on a motorcycle, you want to be able to low side and slide as far as possible
Yeah.
until you come to a stop.
Yeah.
Right now, if you rode a motorcycle there and went down in either of those corners, like, you're probably going to slide into those walls.
Okay.
They're not super high-speed corners, but momentum is momentum.
Yeah, yeah.
So their plan
Nobody
is to
likes
add,
to hit a wall.
No, they're going to have air fences they put out for that to, like, you know, that to catch you.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to address that because it's been a comment on, like, every single post about this track. But the surface is great. I mean, it is like bowling alley level everywhere. It's really, really good. I like what they did. That big bottom turn that used to kind of just dump into the skid pad area and was very much choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Now they've kind of got some paint down, which I like. Helps guide it a little bit.
Track limits. There
are
are
track limits.
track limits.
There are track.
Yeah.
There are painted track
So
limits.
some people, you know, I some guys who I talk to that are like pros, you know, really like the choose your own adventure element of that.
I can understand that because then they can find the trick. Right?
Yeah. I mean, if you talk to TK or you talk to Pat Long or these guys,
Tato, probably.
Yeah, they've all. By the way, Tato.
He just
You
set a
see
record.
that? He just said spec Boxster track record
I
at
know,
Big Willow.
at Big Willow.
This kid is so goddamn
He's so
fast
good at driving.
He's
It's like I saw that 3 days after I was there,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm not that dude. That's
he's so
incredible.
good at driving. Yeah.
Yeah, so here you can kind of see now where they've got like the
It was
new
just like ripping a fucking
SP3
SP3.
drifting.
All right, cool.
surface is great. Paint looks amazing. Obviously, like the building facilities are a huge improvement.
Yeah, that building is like nice now.
Yeah,
it's like
the building's really nice
almost
now.
a little too nice.
It does feel
It's like a little too nice for a track.
if you feel like you can't be any kind of dirtbag.
Right.
Which is funny.
That's funny. It really it really works for opening day. You know what I mean? But like for track day when you're like really sweaty and in a driving suit, it's a little too nice.
Yeah, if you're like ripping, I don't know. It's a funny thing to step into the world where the bar is just the wood and the brass fittings and everything, like really nicely done.
The way they do it at the fancy schmancy clubs is basically they have a really nice outdoor area.
Yeah.
With like swamp chillers and like the fridges and the fans and, so when you're nasty, you're really chilling like out there.
Yeah.
You're not.
Then you go to locker room.
The inside, then you go straight to the locker room. You're not really going in that inside building. That's like for parties and shit.
I mean, I think they did a great job with the building because there's a standing building. So they made
and it
look
was like a
nice.
piece of junk.
Oh,
and,
totally.
And it's way better now.
Yeah, it was like just
for sure.
just this side of a milk crate, really.
Yeah. Was anyone timing their laps?
Yes.
Okay.
I think most of the people there. So, Larry Chen was there with his Time Attack GR86 turbocharged car. I overheard this guy Jake. He's a Twitch streamer. He's got a red GT4S. He was timing his laps. Jay-Z 2 Cents was timing his laps, and I think Vin was. I think because Vin was doing a video to compare GT3 RS.
For his M3 thing, was he doing that?
He's got this giveaway E92,
Yeah.
and he's like, let's see how the times compare.
Dude,
and,
we were fucking one of them HPDE cars that they had at Coda was this gutted E92 on suspension and good tires. It fucking ripped. It did rip. It was pretty fun. It was not as fast as the Club Sport we were driving.
We got a weight difference for sure, right?
Yeah, it was faster in the straights, but it was not as good in the corners. But it was fun as hell.
So good.
And it sounded awesome.
I could hear him clearly from the back bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just the sound would carry across the land, and it sounds like a tight 5-liter Mustang or something.
Yeah.
It's so loud and so good. And he's looking at my car. He's like, man, your car looks great. He goes, these things are awesome when they work, but they so frequently don't. And then he looks at the E92 and he's like, you do the bearings and you do the throttle position sensors. He's like, and you just drive it. And I was,
I mean,
jealous.
open throttle, shout out to them. They're using these motherfuckers as endurance race cars. I mean, they are running E92 M3s with stock DCT powertrains as 8-hour endurance race cars. And they're not like perfect. Apparently they break sometimes, but like they regularly finish races and like sometimes win them. It's pretty impressive.
They're rad.
Yeah,
they're big, and I like them from some angles and not from others. But I did enter the giveaway because I want that car, and I'm going to win it. That's what I just keep. Telling myself.
To get one for $5, like okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You get a license plate frame, and we get a track car. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
What was this guy's name? Can't remember. This guy does a ton of stuff with Skylines.
I don't know. The Tommy
bad.
F, yeah?
No. Somebody else, but there was like, he pulled up behind me on the track, and I thought it was the Be Built by Legends car for a second.
Oh, yeah.
But the winner of the day.
Is that a fucking IROC? Is it?
So this is Jeremiah from Big Time, formerly at Donut. He shows up in this F-250, rolls this off of an open trailer, and I was like, dude, did someone just roll out of the Winston Cup time machine and show up for this thing? This car had a, no joke, 5 or 6 inch exhaust coming out of the passenger door.
8 into 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 into 1, yeah.
And he'd been there for a couple hours, and Larry hadn't heard it run, and Larry Chen's walking past it right when he starts it, and Larry goes, whoa, and just looks at it and then takes his phone out of his pocket. I mean, it sounded like the way it looks. It sounded like absolute old school Trans Am car.
Yeah.
This is a former race car. It has the giant balloon tires, pretty small wheels. It's a dog box transmission. He said he bought it for like $30,000.
This is some shit that TK used to race against, something like this.
This car was the shit. It passed me a number of times on track. Some of my best moments were just sitting in the rear view and going, I'm staying out for one more lap just to get the shot of this thing going, wow.
That's pretty cool.
Dude,
for
it was
cheap.
so cool.
Dude, there's old Trans Am cars and old NASCARs and shit. It's not about buying them. It's about, keeping them running and safe and stuff like that. But you can buy into that shit for nothing.
He said it was pretty cheap to get, but running it's kind of expensive.
Yeah,
like finding the tires for this thing.
God, does it look incredible though? I bet that's a fucking good time.
He seemed to be having a lot of fun. I think
IMSA GT1 Camaro. Yeah,
I think he turned the most laps. I mean, it sounds like absolute war.
It's crazy.
Fantastic vehicle.
Yeah.
My car, a little bit slower than his.
Yeah.
But did great. There will be asterisks, of course. But like the suspension, everything, finally put to good use.
Yeah.
Makes all the sense in the world. Like car turns in, feels like it weighs 500 pounds less. Corners pretty flat, but not too flat. I mean, it just felt like a fantastic car. I was so happy to finally take the sheepdog to where there are sheep and let it just eat and have a good time. I did like 3 sessions, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes a session. Definitely overcooked my brakes. I thought I've got stainless lines and good fluid, and I forgot what my brake compound was. Like I just went, I think I've got like good performance shit on there, and I have like performance street pads.
Sure.
So I told Avis later,
you need some pads.
and I was like, what's up with these brakes? And he's like, well, your compound sucks. He's like, and so Ken, who works there, every time he goes to the track, he just swaps in these track pads, and then he takes them off when he comes home. So that would have been a good thing for Zach to remember.
Yeah.
But Zach don't remember anything.
No, the open throttle guys do like 3 or 4 races on a set of track pads, and they hold up all race 8 hours. So
it's such a basic mistake. I think I knew I'd put new pads on it, and I just thought they were better than they were. But I've never tracked the car, so.
I mean, how many stops did you get before they got really?
Well, good ones or stops? There's a difference.
Yeah, good ones.
Maybe 4. They got like gummy so fast that I went to a race shop on site and was like, can we bleed these or something? And they checked and they're like, there's no air in these lines really. So it was just, and a pro came out to run this like GT3 spec car, whatever it's called, cup car. And he said, yeah, streets eats brakes. It's really hard on brakes, even compared to Big Willow or Horse Thief. Just like coming into the S's, you're using a lot of brake there, you're using a lot of brake before. There's just a lot of heavy braking and a lot of like light braking.
And a couple heavy braking downhill.
Yeah.
Braking downhill is a nasty one.
Right. Turn 2 is heavy braking downhill, and then the neck 4 is also kind of downhill-ish.
And and before into the bowl is a little downhill, and then I haven't ridden the new track yet, but what was over the crest, the heavy braking into that last little bit was downhill also.
Yeah, if we had been doing that, then I went, then I would have been braking. So I just started braking early, just to like manage it a little bit, but it just felt so good. Like I could get into the bowl and then get full throttle right at the apex because my car's not that fast, and just full throttle, carry momentum, just stick to the track and carry it all the way out.
Nice.
It was really, really nice. Yeah.
And wait, you said you would circle back to drifting.
So Vin was sliding the turn down near the skid pad, like for camera, and he did it like 6 times. Yeah, he did 7 times, and then like the corner worker comes on the radio and just says something to Corey Burns, who's running it, and it's like we said there was no drifting allowed. He's like, all right, and then Vin comes around again and she's got the black flag out, so he got put on timeout. I mean he was doing it for camera, but they just they didn't want people going out there and just like linking corners, either for new surface or whatever. It was just a funny thing.
I kind of understand, but also influencer track day.
Right. No, I get it.
Must create content, must look good. Yeah.
There were no accidents. No one had any catastrophic failures.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. Everyone was really professional. Like,
I guess after like 6 times, it's like, you got the shot. You got the shot?
I think that's what it was. I think it was like, got a couple, and we were just laughing. He's like, I think he got the shot. From inside. And then Larry Chen's car, I think he ran the fastest time all day with a car that had like, I don't know, 350 horsepower, but great brakes, great tires, all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Cornering speed, late braking. That's how you do it at streets.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was super fun.
Good time.
Shout out to Willow Springs.
Good times. By the time, when is this going up? Tomorrow? Oof. I don't know if it'll be live yet, but my NSX is going on Cars and Bids this week. I've submitted all the photos. They look very nice. All the fucking shit. Everything, the ducks are all in a row. Check that out. Also, I haven't talked about it in a while, but the 2 road and track events coming up. You can come drive with me in 2026 at experiences.roadandtrack.com. Let me see if is the other one up yet? I mean, I talked about it. It's not like secret, but is it actually on the fucking website? Because we approved some copy. Go down. Is there another one? Yep, there it is. Okay, great. April, we've got the desert. What are we calling it this time?
Northwest Shift.
No, they'll go up. They'll go up. There it is. Desert Run 600, April 14th to 17th. That's going to be Vegas, Motor Speedway, Valley of Fire, Zion National Park, Sedona, and Scottsdale. That's going to be really fun. And I'm making that route in January. I've already made it, but I'm scouting it in January. But that's going to be a good time. And then June, we've got Pacific Northwest. It's called the Northwest Shift. It's the Cascades. It's Snoqualmie. It's Dirtfish plus a track day. Pacific Northwest in June. There's no better place to drive. It's going to be fucking spectacular. And then if you scroll down, they put the next one up, is going to be the Hudson Quattrocento, the 400-miler in the Hudson Valley in Connecticut. This one's always really fun. Starts in New York and goes up into the Catskills. Really beautiful, leafy stuff. Lime Rock track day, which is a really fun treat. That'll be in October. probably going to bring my dad.
Nice. Cool.
He likes to come with me on that one. So come drive with us in April. I'm literally going to be physically on all those trips, leading them and hanging out at the bar afterwards. So you can come fucking do some driving with us. And we should go to the people, I think. Yeah, it's been 45 minutes. Let's go to the people, right? Anything? Do we want to talk about the Taycan GTS, or should go to the people?
We
save that.
Save that, because I also have to talk about Marco's car, but we could save those two.
Okay, we'll save those two for next. We'll go to the people. Patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast is how you become one of the people. Your people, everyone's people, but like you're special people over at Patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast. You can ask questions for the live stream and then watch the live stream. You can get the show before everybody else, like the day it's recorded. You can get the show without ads. You can get extra show, and you can get a whole bunch more other things. Plus, it is the best way for you to be a fan if you wanted to be that kind of fan. And I only say that because people ask me how they can be that kind of fan, whether it's like buy merch or whatever. The best way to fan to be is that kind of fan. You get a lot for your money, and you help us the most. So let's talk to those motherfuckers. Max Verstappen on his balls in stilettos. Whoa. Yowzer. Would holding out a couple years for a CPO CT5 Blackwing be a smart smiles per dollar move, or will they hold their value too well to depreciate enough to make this a logical move? So I think, can you look up what 2-year-old Blackwings look like right now on C&B or BAT? And we can test this theory. I think these cars depreciate better, meaning slower, than AMGs and M cars, but not like as slowly as CTS-V wagons, for instance. So like, let's see, Blackwing 6-speed manual sold for a 2024 for 110. So these really are 2023.
Whoa! That sold last year.
Yeah. So how about this one with a weird wrap on it? That's kind of strange. Sold for $77,500. That's a 2023. 2023 sold for $102 with 3,500 miles. So they hold their value pretty well. You can save some money though. Like, honestly, my gut says if you can get an allocation, if like your dealer will sell you the one you want, you should buy that. And that's a good smiles per dollar move if you can afford it. If not, they still will depreciate slower. They're fucking fast-ass manual transmission Cadillacs.
Special cars.
They're special.
Yeah.
So they will depreciate slower. Watching my car get raced at Cuckwalla says, how happy are you that Porsche is going to do simulated gear shifts in the EVs? Did we actually talk about that on the show, that someone at Porsche said that they're going to be doing that?
I mean, have they given you credit for that? For
no, and I don't want credit, but I was very forceful about it.
You mentioned it a
few times to here and to them.
Right.
And to everybody who would listen, and to Andy Preuninger, and to literally everybody. And I think, if they do the downloadable car packs to go with it, that would be the shit.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. Exclusive download. No, I don't know. I don't have a joke there. How do I do exclusive manufacture, but for a downloadable car pack?
Exclusive manufactured sound.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, because the sound is not coming out of the engine.
Carne Asada Tacoma says, okay. In the 911 Turbo S video, I referred to the Turbo S as a supercar. I've seen a lot of debate online as to whether any 911 can be classified as a supercar, and I'm curious as to your thoughts on this debate, considering there isn't any specific definition of a supercar. Do you think a 911 Turbo S is or can be a supercar?
I do now because of the price and the speed and everything. I think a few years ago I probably wouldn't, and part of the problem is that there are so many trims of 911 that I see around that it doesn't stand out visually, whereas the cheapest Ferrari, the cheapest Lamborghini, the cheapest whatever, like it's very clear that that is from this upper echelon of brand, and like their cheapest car usually has the performance and the style of a supercar. So I think you have to decide what the measure is. And I think when I look at price and performance specs, and like the turbo is pretty exclusive now. I go, yeah, it's a supercar.
I think Turbo S and GT3 RS cross into supercar. Mm-hmm. I think they do. For me, it's a fluid line.
Sure.
I don't, and I don't really give a shit where people personally draw that line. This one is a bit of an LA bubble. Because in LA, a Turbo S is like not really a supercar because 911s are more common. Mm-hmm. But like recently, I drove a 911S across fucking Tennessee for 5 days. And like, believe you me, I was in the nicest fucking car around. Like, I didn't see another 911, let alone any other Turbo S's or any of that kind of stuff that we see like all the time here. So, like, outside of LA, like, yes, that's definitely.
Like, would you consider the Audi R8, especially the early one, the V8, would you consider that a supercar?
Yeah, sure.
And so I'd say why? I agree with you, but like,
I think it was a a mid-engine, exotic-looking, car that delivered on a high level of performance and engagement, and it was pretty expensive.
I agree. I think the Turbo S's have probably kept up with those cars in terms of speed all the time.
Yeah.
It's just because the Turbo S looks like the other 911s, basically. It kind of struggles online, at least.
Sure. I think particularly the new one with all the hybrid shit in it and all that kind of stuff, that's got the goods.
Yeah.
That's got the goods. Okay. Oof. All right.
I know.
Watch. This is a watch question for a woman. The first question is, Otto Bon Jovi wants to know about Shinola. I'm the wrong person to ask because I have eternal beef with them. I will hold a grudge forever. Has nothing to do with their product.
You and 50 Cent. Me
and 50 Cent, we're not. I'm going to make a whole documentary about how Shinola insulted me because of my cat. But you don't fuck with my cat. You don't tag yourself in my post about my cat dying of cancer. That's not cool. Fuck you, Shinola. I don't care. But anyway, the wife wants a watch. Under $1,500. She likes square Cartier-like designs, prefers Jubilee bracelets when offered, and likes two-tone colors. An Apple Watch will be worn most of the time. This will be a special occasion watch. Oof. I mean, This is hard. I just spent a lot of time reading this, but I don't have an answer because I just don't look for these types of watches. I'm not that into Cartier stuff. I mean, normally I would tell people, like, save up for the Cartier. Because they're, like, you can get into a Cartier, a Mousse de Cartier for, like, he says $1,500. You can probably $3,000. You can get into a real Cartier. I would say save up. Like, wait for the real thing. Because, like, every woman loves Cartier. Mm-hmm. That's a universal rule of life and watches. You fucking get a woman a Cartier watch, that's the right watch. Nice. Trust me.
Yeah, just wait a little bit more and get the one that she really, really wants.
I wouldn't, like, there are smaller, shit, I don't have a database of smaller square watches, but like, the Cartier's entry-level brand from like 50 years ago was called Mousse de Cartier, M-U-S-T-D-E Cartier. And it was an entry-level brand, but for people that aren't super, super snobby about watches, if you're a super snob, maybe it's not a real Cartier in the way that a Ferrari Dino is not a real Ferrari, right? But to everybody else, that is a real Cartier, and a Dino is a real Ferrari. Same kind of thing. And you can get into those. Were you looking for? Did you find any?
The Cartier on Cartier's website is $4,000.
Well, that's like brand new,
right?
Yeah, that's brand. That's brand new.
Chrono 24.
Yeah, like used. Places. Yeah, Bob's, Chrono 24, like even eBay. If it's a reputable seller, you can be into one of these for like $3,000, and not that there isn't a big difference between $1,500 and $3,000, but there's also a big difference between. It looks kind of like a Cartier, and it's an actual fucking Cartier.
Cartier's website is terrible. It loads like a Ferrari screen.
Yeah.
All right.
Because they don't need it to sell watches.
That's right.
Tale of the Puff the Magic Dragon. Those are two things that combining is quite good, actually. 2-seater weekend car coming out of Chicago, occasional track days, and a few rallies each year. I've got 150 Gs. Anything new or used beat the Z06.
Oof.
The Z06 is your most supercar-like experience for that kind of money.
Yeah. And it rides great.
It rides great.
It sounds amazing. Like, it delivers on, I mean, especially... Look, Chicago, long, flat, straight roads, they're kind of messed up because of all the winters there. I mean, it'll work at the track. It'll work for road rallies. Like, that's pretty great.
I would say this. 150 grand gets you also, just as an alternative, a lot of R8. We just talked about R8s.
Sure.
You can get R8 V10 Plus performance.
Used 911T.
You could
get like a 1 or 2 year old 911T.
Absolutely,
that would also
911T.
do all the things you said. It won't ride as comfortably. It'll be slightly louder inside, but it'll be cool.
I mean, 150 will get you a 911S.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, we just, on Bring a Trailer, we just sold a 2022 GTS rear-wheel drive 7-speed manual with a carmine red truffle brown interior, 9,000 miles. Just sold it for 160.
Ooh, okay.
So if it had... Ooh. That's a GTS,
I know.
though.
A used GTS.
Used GTS is a lot.
And that'll work at the track.
For sure. Yeah. So, like, a 911 GTS would be awesome. R8 V10s are awesome. Z06s are awesome. 150K gets you a lot of car today.
Yes.
You could also, I mean, you could fucking wild card, Shelby GT500 track pack. Fucking slide around, have a good time.
Yeah, that's an experience.
That's a Doriftos. I mean, also could, wild card, you could go with a GT350R, save a lot of money.
The AMG GTs are very inexpensive, and I think they look amazing inside.
Oh, like a couple years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, GTC.
Yeah, the C, or you can get like an R, you can get the Pro, or you can get an S. Like, they perform and they look good, and they deliver a lot.
Yeah. But the roads are shitty in Chicago, so you don't want to get anything with too stiff of a suspension.
Right. Having something adaptive would be best, or something very clever.
Yeah. Who do you know who that person is that name refers to?
No.
I don't either, and I don't want to what is Lucas Harper's inflamed sense of artificial identity? I hope this person is Lucas Harper. And
Lucas
they're not
Harper apparently is
somebody.
the main antagonist of the 2004 thriller film Mindhunters.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. Lucas Harper's inflamed sense of artificial identity. Aside from the Parts Geek debacle, a bunch of people wrote me notes about the Parts Geek debacle, and 2 guys were like, "I'll never get that fucking 10 minutes of my life back." Okay. I won't talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Don't buy parts there. What's the worst sales experience of your life? I've talked about it before, but it's when the guy tried to sell a 16-year-old me a V6 Mustang as a V8. And this conversation went on for way too long, and I had to point out way too many things.
That's probably the worst.
I don't. It doesn't get
real
worse
high
than
bar
that.
or low bar.
Yeah. Okay, The Smoldering Rim says, what used cars, 50K and under, deliver an experience worth more than the cost of the car? Over-deliver on a driving experience. Cheap cars.
GR86s and all those twins, BRZs and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I think they do everything well except the power. And there's plenty of cars that cost more money that we wish had the attributes of like shifting and steering feel that those cars have.
I would a really well-sorted E46 M3.
Sure.
A really well-sorted but high-mile Acura NSX that might be under 50K. I would say you could get a 997 Porsche that's working properly and serviced is a great experience. Corvette Z06s, C6.
And now,
Z06s.
like, any of the used cars that have a twin-turbo 4-liter that feel and sound...
Twin-turbo 4-liter.
Yeah, like...
Oh, twin-turbo sorry.
4-liter.
I heard 4-cylinder. I apologize.
No, I mean, if you got like a used C63 for $45,000, it's going to sound and feel very close to the ones from 3 years ago.
Sure. Yeah. For sure.
It's a very nice-looking car, and they make it sound good, all that stuff.
I bet a $49,000 Taycan feels like more than a $49,000 car.
A $49,000 Aston Vantage?
Yeah.
Is that, V8 Vantage?
Dude, V8 Vantages aren't worth shit right now, and they're delightful little cars.
No one cares
great.
about them.
No, yeah, you dude. They're at like minimal level of interest. They're not old enough to be classic.
Yeah.
They're not new enough to be new. But like, man, those are well made.
And if,
like
if they're
nice
clean
cars.
and they pull up,
They're
look
sweet.
like $150,000 car.
Yeah, they're
The design
fucking
is
sweet. And they
timeless.
sound good. Bilbro Baggins. I recently purchased a Toyota Caldina. I think that's a Toyota. Oh, no, wait. Is Caldina a Toyota? Isn't that a Toyota? What is that? It is, right? GTT for year-round driving in the Midwest. What other quirky JDM-only cars are on your list of must-own
It's
someday?
a quirky-looking vehicle. This is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of these headlights are a choice.
You know, it's a little wagon. It looks like it's kind of like vaguely like a Subaru Legacy. I think they swapped these engines into MR2s. I think you do this engine swap into an MR2 and then they fucking rip because it's like that's the big JDM swap. I think I drove one. Yeah, not a very great. I'm not about this. Hannah wants a Fiat Panda 4x4.
Oh, right.
Which is not a JDM car, but that's a weird European
For sure.
car.
Her and Johnny Smith and James May.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a Skyline. We already have a fucking Delica. We've already got a POW. I don't know.
I would want a Chaser for sure. I mean, that's not a quirky car. Quirky car. Oh, I've talked about it. The Figaro. I think they look so cool. It's a shame they're so damn slow.
They're faster than the POW.
I think one of those with an EV swap would be
You could,
rad.
yeah.
That'd be good.
If the 1 liter shit pile in the POW ever dies, I would consider an EV swap for that. Probably burn my fucking house down. Domesticated Jaguar XJS says we've had Saturn and Mercury. What is the next planet name we should use as a car brand? Okay, we've got Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Venus, Earth, Mars, Neptune.
Jupiter. Did you say that?
We should absolutely use Uranus,
Oh, sure.
right? It's pronounced Uranus.
Well, I think they
And
need
Pluto's
to
not a planet
make
anymore.
the biggest vehicle ever and call it the Jupiter. Like, the Hummer Jupiter. And it just takes up 2 lanes.
Jupiter
and you
is the
can't park
performance brand for the sub-brand for Hummer. Yeah, Genesis has Magma, and it's like GMC. It's like GMC's performance division. Is Jupiter.
If it ran off hydrogen, but was humongous because it's very gaseous, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it a gas giant planet?
Yeah, it's a giant. It's a gas giant. Okay, so it's like the Escalade V.
That's what it is. It goes back to gas.
Yeah.
Because now the EPA's gone, they can make the Jupiter. Takes up 2 lanes. It's a gas
it has
giant.
4 injectors per cylinder.
Yeah.
The Duffel Shuffle Retirement Club does a 12-cylindry beat LaFerrari for worst Ferrari model name. It's definitely up there, bro.
I think LaFerrari's worse.
LaFerrari's bad.
Because 12-cylinder, 430, 360, it's like the engines. It's based on that. LaFerrari was just...
It's bad.
It's the Ferrari.
All right. Okay, this is a fun one. Chase the Monte Carlo. What does this person drive based on their gas station purchase? Doritos and an original black and green Monster with a can of wintergreen Zin.
I think that person drives a Challenger Hellcat or SRT, and they drove it off the base, and they went and got some snacks, and they're going back on the base.
Where is this gas station? It's right outside Pendleton.
Yeah.
Okay, a white Monster and a protein bar. That person drives.
Well, I used to drive a Miata. Back when I drank a lot of Monster and protein bars. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that person drives a Forester XT, but is at the gym.
Yeah.
Right? Diet Coke and a Starburst, an Infiniti G20.
That person's confused about how diabetes works, I think.
I really ate too many Starbursts at your
That's handy, isn't it?
Man,
God, I found that
I don't
bag.
hang out a lot of craft services these days, but Zach put out fucking for Zach Clapman's test drive on driver's test. Excuse me, I apologize. Driver's test on YouTube. The man put out a fucking crafty service table.
Take care of the people.
With a big bag that only had pink and red Starburst in it.
That's the dream.
Glory days, my friends.
Right? No one wants yellow. They finally listened.
My fucking man, I smoked 2 joints and had 87 fucking Starburst.
There's 87 left.
And that
dude.
was dinner. Fuck. Okay. Cherry Pepsi. A cherry Pepsi fountain drink and a gas station meatball sub. That's fucking Foley. That's literally
that is
Foley.
Foley.
He drives a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Yeah, that is a highly financed Grand Cherokee or like 4-year-old Tahoe. Very Jersey.
Yeah. Are you AY? It's an AYG listener on the all of them really. Even Flowmaster. Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That's very good. I currently have a Mark 8 Golf R that's almost out of warranty. I'm thinking about getting the 8.5. I like the Golf R thus far. Any other suggestions? Well, I mean, honestly, I just drove the new Golf R for Performance Car of the Year, and I very much liked it. I thought it was a really fun car. It was really comfortable. The seats were great. The suspension was great. It was a very nice car. And if you already like the Golf R, I think this one is better than the last one. So, other suggestions, I mean, if you want an upgrade, the Audi S3 does feel a little more premium, looks a little more premium, drives similar, has the good diff now, though. The S3 gets the RS3's rear diff for this gen. So, if you want a little more rotación, you might be able to get that. And 50 might be...
For 50?
The S3 might be just like 52 or something like that.
You could get
the
BMW M240.
M240i.
You get the M240i with xDrive if you want.
That rips.
That's a nice car.
And they're fast.
Doesn't have a back seat, which is annoying, but it has a good trunk. Very fast car.
It does have a back seat.
Sorry,
it just doesn't have rear doors.
I meant door. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice choice, too.
Those are nice. That's nice. I mean...
the Golf is such a good car. It truly is, you know. All-wheel drive performance at that price, kind of only place it exists, I think.
I mean, and if I like compact cars and have a budget of 50. Like, there's not a lot of other small cars. What other good small cars are there for like cheap now?
You can get a really optioned up Miata.
I mean,
way too
50 doesn't even get you even like a CLA 35 is like over 50.
Yeah.
And that's not, I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's not great.
No.
I'd rather have a Golf R than a CLA 35.
I feel like when you drive a CLA, people know you want to own a Mercedes one day.
That's cold but true. Yeah, cold but true. I'd stick with the new Golf R.
Yeah.
I really would. Get a fun color. Don't get it in black. Get a nice bright color. Jeep of Theseus. On the used market, Integra versus Civic Si. Is there any reason to get the Civic over the Integra if they're the same price? We're talking about the regular Integra, the A-Spec or whatever, that is the same as the Civic Si but dressed up a bit.
Right. They both have the same 1.5 liter, whatever. I mean, the interior on them, like the dash looks like almost exactly the same.
Does the Integra have a bigger hatchback, whereas the Civic has a trunk? That may have been one thing. They both hatchbacks?
I think they're both. They don't look it, but they're both hatchbacks.
Okay.
I think.
Does the Acura have lumbar support, whereas the Civic does not?
Well, does the Si also not have lumbar? I know the Type R
it does not.
Then that's worth it. Also,
does the Acura come in stick?
Yes,
it does.
And
okay.
I drove the A-Spec on a launch, and it had the same awesome stereo that the Type S had. I think it's like BLOS. I don't remember who it was. Fantastic stereo, good seats, but the driving is going to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
So you should sit in both cars, and your back will tell you which one you want.
Smells like dinner's ready, says Porsche seems to be walking back plans for the Boxster EV. Does this indicate that Porsche doesn't believe EVs can be good enthusiast vehicles, or that the market doesn't believe in enthusiast EVs? I think, look, a little of both. I mean, I don't think they're throwing away the electric Boxster and Cayman, but I think they're trying to re-engineer the platform to be flexible.
Sure.
But, like, I don't think anyone is, like, kidding themselves in saying that, like manufacturers are building EVs because they have to, not necessarily because they want to. And, like, I think Porsche would build some EVs because they want to. But to make the EV sports car was clearly going to be to satisfy a requirement that they would have preferred to not have to do.
Well, there's also a large, something besides just what people want is that lawmakers are hinting in Europe that they're going to push back the gas ban, the diesel ban. So you've got the governing body, the market forces, all that stuff. So
Same with California. There was going to be this internal combustion engine ban that's now gone. We also used to have like an EPA that's like now decided that they're not going to enforce anything. So it's easier and more profitable for car makers to make gasoline cars.
Yeah. And I think and Porsche was probably smart in that, if they engineered the chassis to be able to fit both types of power plant, or roughly.
The stories that we're reading today, and they are just stories, are saying things like Porsche's panicking about re-engineering this.
Oh.
I don't think it was designed originally to be both. Okay. Nice price or crack pipe, bringing back the old jalopnik from Marshall P. My girlfriend needed to replace her daily driver. We started looking at Prius Vs until I found a 2014 Chevy Volt with 25,000 miles and one owner history with a recent service. Bought it for $9,000. Excluding the seemingly rare case of total battery failure, is there a better buy for a daily for under $10K? No.
I don't think so.
No. 25,000 miles in this car. These are so unbelievably well made.
Yes.
Unless this car was stored for 10 years, plugged in the whole time, I would say, like if it passes like a battery test and it works, like fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Great car.
They're really overbuilt, well made, well engineered. They feel like a higher quality product than a Prius, I think. And I got a friend, he has a high mileage one. He bought it a few years ago, same generation.
Yeah. And
I think he bought it for like 14. It's been flawless, absolutely like no problems.
Yeah. No, this will be fabulous. It'll last 1,000 years. They were so overbuilt. Matt's video taught us stick, and now my son and I daily manuals. Hell yeah. With the addition of the GR-GT, does Toyota and Lexus now have the widest coverage of the enthusiast market of any manufacturer? The lineup goes from entry level to supercar. That's funny. Widest coverage. I guess if you think about,
Chevy maybe.
Chevy maybe.
Because they make, like I would say that the ZR1 has more performance than the GR-GT just because the power number. I think the GR-GT
and what
is
is
like
Chevy's lowliest? I mean, in other countries, they're selling some tiny little cars that we don't even get here. They probably still sell like the Aveo or whatever they're,
the cheapest car is the Trax, which starts at $20,000.
Yeah,
here.
So 20 to 200, 20 to 250 really for ZR1 is pretty much your. So actually, I think GM wins.
I think GM wins on performance. Delta,
because you've also got
Toyota
Escalade V.
Price. Oh yeah.
And off-road. I think GM, if you count all GM brands as one, they win. But it's a good point with Toyota. They do have a pretty solid spread.
Well, also, I missed this point. They said widest coverage for the enthusiast market. So Toyota has like the GR86 line or the Corolla. Like they have more performance cheaper, I think, right?
Sure. You got the 86, the Corolla, what's the next above the Corolla is this GT thing, right? The Supra. Sorry.
Yeah.
Supra, yeah. Pretty good spread.
Because Chevy stopped making the Camaro.
Pretty good spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom R., I have the budget for a new 911T, but I'm hearing from friends that I should get a 997.1 and add CarPlay or 991 instead. They say I'll get the same experience without the price. I'm coming from a 944 Turbo. I don't want a project. I just want something to drive and have fun with. Well, I don't think your friends aren't totally wrong. You want some chocolate, Zach?
Absolutely.
I just saw this amazing chocolate sitting here and decided that I wanted some while we answer these questions.
Well, the new T also has the 6-speed, right? Mm-hmm. That's the big thing. The other ones from the past have the 7.
I would say this. A 997 is not the same thing as with CarPlay. That's a different car. That's okay if that's what you want, but that's a different car. I would say that you could get a 991 GTS, right? A .2 GTS with a stick And that would be largely more performance for the same type of experience as your Carrera T. It would probably be $100,000. Put 60 in your pocket. You know what I mean? Like
Wow.
a 991.2 GTS is very similar to what you're looking at, but faster. And they're probably like 110 grand.
And does the GTS have reduced sound deadening? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it basically will. I was gonna say it might be quieter inside than the T, but
It might be a little bit, but like it's fucking 80 more horsepower also.
yeah, do that.
They rip. Coming from a 944 turbo, all these modern cars will feel awesome. But
Yeah.
but I don't think you'll get. I think you'll get an improved experience that has the turbocharged thing, has like modern CarPlay, doesn't need like retrofitting, and it'll be a good quality product. Fuck, marry, kill mods.
This is funny.
Suspension on the bump stops, no AC, straight pipe exhaust.
Also, the name Carbon Monocoque and Ball Torture. Fantastic.
Sorry, I was so focused on the funny question, I missed the
Funny
awesome
name, I know.
name. Okay, fuck, marry, kill.
I'm gonna kill slammed on bump stops.
Yeah.
Because unless I'm racing NASCAR on some track, like I don't know how to do that. I'd fuck the straight pipe exhaust. I did that once for 2 days in my Subaru and hated it. And I'd marry no air conditioning. You know, if I had
I'll
to live
agree with
one of
you.
them.
I'll agree with you. I could live with no AC if I had to, but the other ones would be a no-go. Matt sells three shells by the seashore.
great.
Got me. Fucking got me. More fuck, marry, kill. 2013. Fuck, marry, kill 2013 edition. M3 C63 CTS-V. This one is easy for me. Fuck CTS-V. Marry M3. Kill C63.
Wow.
Didn't have a good gearbox in 2013.
I think 2013 was second gen CTSV, right? Mm-hmm. I think I'd marry that one, and I would fuck the C63 because I've always wanted to own one, and I would kill the M3.
Yeah. Okay, Gin and Taconic State Parkway says, in 2022, I drove the Audi S8 and really liked it. On the used market, they go for 50 to 70K with reasonable mileage. For the same money, you can get a 2018 or 19 CT5-V. Do you have experience with the Cadillac, and would you take it over the S8? I would probably skip the Cadillac in favor of the S8.
I've never driven a CT6V.
Yeah,
Spent no time with them.
It's not. I don't think it's for me. I drove something like it was the V Sport or something like that, and it was not. It doesn't have the Blackwing motor. That's not right. It has the CT4 Blackwing motor.
I think the S8 is a much better looking car.
Yeah. Tim A says, Harry Metcalf made a video about his new daily driver, a Maserati Grecale Trofeo. Are you ever surprised by the cars that automotive journalists purchase with their own money, and has this ever prompted you to reconsider a car previously overlooked? I thought the Grecale Trofeo was cool.
It was fun. It was fun to drive.
Fun.
Really fun to drive.
I bet they're giving them things away.
I bet
Harry
got
knows
cash
a
on the
value
hood. Yeah.
when he sees one.
Yeah.
That is a man who knows value. I bet they fucking gave him that thing for peanuts.
Yeah. And there's something like he has the means to buy a car, and if it breaks or has problems or whatever, or depreciates a bit, he can take that hit.
Yeah, sure.
So that helps a little bit versus, someone in my position. But I think he can also make content about the car. I don't know. I am surprised by this coming from Harry Metcalf or from anybody really, because I don't know a journalist that's owned any Maserati. I can't think of one. I'm sure they
That's
exist.
interesting. Yeah.
But try to think of a journalist that's owned any Maserati of any generation.
I mean, that would be difficult. I don't think I know any. But maybe Camisa has had like a biturbo or some weird one.
Maybe.
But if Harry was looking for a daily and was like looking at a Macan or something, and someone was like, hey, this Grecale Trofeo was like $95,000 new. It's got 5,000 miles on it. I'll give it to you for like 50.
Right.
he knows a bargain when he sees one.
Totally.
They drive nice. So, like, yeah, have at it.
And he can do the experiment. Like, let's see what it's like. Let's make some content and, just find out.
Like, I mean, he can afford to take a depreciation hit a little bit for funsies.
Right.
So can I. That's why I bought a used fucking Taycan. It's going to be worth nothing when I'm done with it.
That's it.
That's it? Fucking hell. Well, let's go home. What are we doing here? We got, got to get ready.
Scotto.
I got to get ready for Scotto tomorrow. I'm gonna need so much coffee. I'm gonna need to bring like a thermos.
I have cold brew left over from the shoot. I'm gonna just put the bottle in here.
It's gonna be like liquor and cold brew. It's gonna be crazy. Canceled my trainer. Like, can't even do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, so stick around. Submit your questions on the Patreon for that one. Should
if
be
we
fun.
even need them.
We probably
we'll
won't.
See.
Yeah, we probably won't. But maybe it'll be fun.
It's gonna be super fun.
Yeah.
He's got a
See you
bunch of
then.
new stuff.
Bye.